Kristin Lätt has won this event the last 2 years in a row. It was a different format last year, and she came in second, I believe, in 2022. 2 years ago, when it was all at Waco, she really came down the stretch and made a death putt for birdie to take the win when it counted. So we know she feels comfortable here. We know she can win here, and she's looking more confident than ever.
Henna puts herself in position to win constantly. She is one of our most regular podium finishers on the Pro Tour. She's won a couple of European disc golf championships. She knows how to win, but most of the time she's doing it at home across the pond. So I'm very excited to see how Henna finishes tomorrow at the Waco Annual Charity Open. She is throwing the disc so well, and if she can hold it together on the putting green, I think we'll see Henna run away with it.
Jessica Weese is averaging over 1,000 this weekend during the rounds, which is amazing. I mean, I think she's only 947 rated right now, so she's just playing lights out. We're seeing her full potential here. It's pretty fun to watch.
Holyn has come out of the gates this year strong. She was in a 3-time playoff last week with Ella Hansen at the Supreme Flight Open. She wants to win. She's looking very confident out there. She's looking really confident on the green as well. If she can keep it clean, I think she has a chance to make up a 4-stroke deficit, but with Kristin looking the way that she is, Holyn's going to have to work for it. Hello and welcome to the 2025 Waco Annual Charity Open presented by Prodigy Discs. It is Championship Sunday at the second event of the year. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're here, two hot geese, and we are enjoying some completely shreddable weather. It's perfect out there.
It is. There's no wind. It's like a little chillier, but like in a good
Beautiful.
way.
Yeah.
It is sunny.
Perfect
nice
day for disc golf.
Yes, we have completely avoided all weather that we've seen the past couple of days. You heard our interview at the beginning on who we're getting to watch today. It's going to be a tight battle up until the finish, and we are going to see way more green on the scorecard than we have seen in days prior.
Absolutely.
Let's kick it off with hole one. 291 feet, very straightforward. I like a fairway driver here, but you see a lot of mids as well, and even some conservative putter plays. Because there is a general lack of wind, I think we're going to see players getting a lot more aggressive than we have in days prior, and probably more birdies as well.
Wow. Look at those stats.
I know.
Those bars are full.
God, imagine if she was putting the way she normally does.
It doesn't feel like she's missing that many either, and she's already in solo first. Forehand, this probably needs to hit that wall, and it skips right over, but she's inside the circle looking at a par.
And I really like that miss from Kristin. I like that aggressive play, and if you're going to go OB, you might as well do it all the way down by the basket. Henna with the backhand game of all backhand games.
Yeah, hitting the fairway 95% of the time. Love to see that with so many wooded holes. Champion Rock 3 here, pulled just a touch to the right as well, but it stays in.
A little backboard action.
Jessica Weese, master of both the forehand and backhand flex shots. She also has some really creative putting. Like, she can get a circle 2 putt in from anywhere, and that is a rough first miss. I don't know if did she cross and hit that tree?
I cannot quite tell.
I guess we'll see, but looking rough.
It's always a gamble on what she's going to do either.
Mm-hmm.
You never know if she's going to go forehand or backhand. Holyn opting for the forehand here. This is so surprising to me.
Why? She's got them both.
I know, but this is just such a scary shot careening towards out of bounds, and you're basically banking on that skip shot. But we saw it from Kristin as well, and I guess if you're going to get aggressive in one direction, that is the way.
Mm-hmm. I think Jess must have hit that tree just to her left, so that leaves a much simpler upshot than you have to take it from the short side. Holyn, par save with the OB stroke. She's looking dialed. Good bogey save.
It's very easy to let this get into a double bogey really quick when you go out of bounds early. Kristin also good for the circle 3.
Henna, the only one inbounds looking at a birdie. She had some trouble putting yesterday, though she still did make quite a few good ones, and that's a decent start there.
There were 18 birdies on this hole today, way more birdie than days prior, 35% of the field getting it, and it's still middle of the pack on difficulty.
What do we think the easiest hole of the day is?
Ooh, oh my gosh, our game.
What do you think? I'll let you go first.
I think it's going to be this one.
Yeah, me too. Dang it.
Dang it. Okay, then I'll pick 12.
Okay.
No, that's a dumb.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
Bad guess.
Okay, while we're thinking, hole 2, probably the easiest, par 4 of the day. It's 531 feet. You do have some OB to the right. You don't usually find that unless it's really windy. And then there is some OB on the left, and they kind of wrap and meet behind the pin. So gotta be a little careful, but generally you're just seeing a big right-hand, backhand shot, usually nice flexing shot down the middle. And then depending on how far you get, sometimes you see kind of a full second shot, but most of the time you're just kind of chipping up. It sets up really well generally for a sidearm approach.
You know what? I can't think of another hole. This is it.
I think this is it.
Since we're basically the same brain on 2 mics, let's just both take this W together.
Okay. All right.
We can talk about it the rest of the day.
Take my hand.
About us both winning.
Congratulations to us. Yeah. Kristin catching a tree, but she's in a fine spot there.
Look at that. Not a leaf is moving.
To be fair, there weren't leaves in the last several days, and you couldn't see if they were moving anyway.
That's true.
Holyn burning it into the ground very early. Might take birdie out of play here. Yes, it's always fun to see the trees and everything budding for spring while we're here.
Lots of bird action too, especially on the wooded holes.
Saw a red-shouldered hawk today.
I mean that literally action.
Yeah. Okay. Potentially still gettable for Holyn.
This is where everyone's drives landed about 6 years ago, so we've watched this shot a lot.
Okay. Easier than... She got a little farther than I thought she did. Very nice recovery shot. This is kind of the more typical shot you see. Oh man, so pretty.
Beautiful. The lack of wind obviously is an advantage for everyone out here, but it was so weird after playing in such intense wind the last couple of days. It's almost like,
what do I do?
Yeah, you lost your focus a little bit.
Yeah, it's too easy. Nice up there from Jess.
I haven't thrown these discs in 4 days. What do they do?
And a great approach from Kristin.
Well,
yeah, man, when's the last time we had a nice day at the Beast? Can you?
I can't remember. I really can't.
5 years ago.
Never.
Ooh, great putt from Holyn.
A great recovery and really good news for us. We were absolutely right. This
Fantastic.
was the easiest hole today.
We're so good.
Congratulations, Erika.
Okay. Next tournament, let's try to do it the first day.
Okay.
So we don't have like previous stats marring our judgment.
And while playing as the easiest hole of the day, there were 36 birdies out of 52 competitors. A star frame.
I think our first of 2025.
It is.
All right.
We did it. And 69% of the field got that one today. So a bunch of bonuses.
Very nice. Kristin leading only with 1 since Henna got back-to-back birdies.
Here we are on hole 3. 320 feet plays more like 340 or 350. The route the drone is flying is a little bit left of where most people go. I like just a little bit more pushed out to the right and let it hyzer back in, ideally just a little height on it, letting you get some ground play up to inside the bullseye. Closer is better on this elevated pin, especially on the windy days. Today, though, we're all good enough that we don't need to get super close to make our putts.
For sure. But might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
That's a good looking shot.
It's crazy how elevated baskets, though, legitimately don't ever necessarily get easier.
I don't know. Without the wind.
Yeah, they're still hard.
They're still hard, but easier.
Yeah. It's like you have so much trauma.
It's a lot to get past to make the putt. That's funny. Kristin hanging out wide like Madison described. I like that play as well. You can see Henna got caught up on those last few guardian trees trying to cut in a bit earlier. It's a beautiful drive with her tournament fortress. You know what's crazy? Kristin is throwing the exact same discs that she threw yesterday.
Really?
Off of every tee. Anyway.
That's some good discs.
Yeah.
Holyn a little deep, catching that last guardian tree and knocking straight down. She is inside the circle, but she might have a sloped footing area.
Jess, as we said, you never know quite what she's going to do. She misses the gap just by a couple feet, the ideal forehand gap. Just scrambling for par now.
This hole is fairly no nonsense to scramble, regardless of where you hit. No OB to worry about. Just got to chip it up. This green is a little bit fast, though. Jess does a great job coming in softly.
Henna just trying to put this one close, and she does. Holyn looks hungry for this birdie.
Oh. Oh, man. What a great bid.
Amazing how her body language says this is going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristin also looking very composed, getting her second birdie of the day.
Hers is more like, I don't know, obviously it's going in?
Yeah.
Or like,
Yes.
there's not a doubt
Yes.
that it's going Yeah. It isn't.
It's not forceful.
Not it's going in.
It's
in.
already in.
Yeah, it's already in.
You guys just haven't seen it yet. A quarter of the field birdie this one today. Third easiest hole. That is very surprising for hole 3. Everyone's just throws far now.
Mm-hmm.
Just a new thing.
Future's here. Kristin gonna separate it back out to her original 2-stroke lead. She had 5 strokes on Jessica and Holyn.
I've been really struggling with connection. Yes, connecting can be so difficult, especially in your case, as it's with an audience and not just one person.
Exactly.
Have you tried telling them about Infinite's inventory?
All the time. 100,000 discs.
Right.
Biggest online retailer.
Well, what if you told them something about yourself? Maybe a confession.
What do you mean?
Isn't it true that you faked the ace that you posted in that snow video recently?
I did, but what does that have to do with the whole connection? We got the confession. Lemonade, lemonade.
Hey, stop.
Get him.
What are you doing? Hey! I love my jab.
Hole 4, our first wooded hole, 441 feet. You want to wrap this corner if you can. You can go left side of this tree, most people do, but right side works as well. If you can get past this big dead tree right there on the right, you are sitting pretty for a birdie. There's just a bunch of trees in the way, and then a river also down there, just be careful. There is some OB that kind of pinches right at the like peak of the corner, if you will, that I believe we saw someone find. Was that on my card? Anyway, it can come into play, I realized. Kristin has been lacing this shot.
Absolutely perfect every day.
It's been so good every day. Burst verdict.
This played as the most difficult hole. It's usually in the top 3.
That is the worst mistake you can make.
Yeah. Thankfully, she might have a step out sidearm, but we know that's not necessarily something Henna throws very often.
This has definitely been a par 5 in the past. Definitely.
Yeah.
It averages about 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Holyn with the second worst mistake you can make. It's usually easier to get a par from there than early left, though.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for her to get footing. Those bushes to the right of that big tree are very dense.
You familiar with those?
Yeah. So familiar.
Just going out and around, pushing just a touch too deep. Par should be very attainable, but birdie may be out of play from there.
We watched Henna throw one of these high Anheuser angle forehands yesterday really well. This one comes out a touch early, but works great. Dead center fairway.
Man, it's so weird that she has the forehand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the second one we've ever seen her throw, including the one she threw yesterday.
Technical forehand, too.
Uh-oh. Okay, so there's OB just to the left of that by only like 10 feet.
Wow.
And I didn't realize it was that close.
Here's Holyn in that dense shrubbery.
Got a nice leaf crown going on.
And she sadly is going to get another right kick into the woods. Hopefully this one's a little bit friendlier. Henna in a perfect position for her game. No one else feels comfortable though.
No kidding.
And
everyone else is like, boy, whew, patent pending,
we
huh?
practice this sometimes.
Yeah, Henna's like, oh, every day, half of my shots.
And Kristin just with a standard pitch up. That drive is so far. Holyn having to battle a little bit here.
Here's the patent pending. You can see like maybe a little bit more focus, not quite as comfortable as Henna,
That looks
but a great shot.
Mm-hmm. Just that one tree to miss, and she does it. Here's Jess really getting buried in the shoal on the side of the fairway, but she's good at these little forehand approaches.
Yeah, she's got a great scramble game. Got a lot of tools in the old belt, as they say. Henna undercommitted putt there for her par save.
Holyn scrambling like a pro.
Yeah, she's got a pretty good belt too. All these ladies do.
Mm-hmm. Bogey is not bad here. It averaged at 0.6 over par today. Only 5 birdies. You know what? I'm going to shout them out. Kona, Montgomery, Silva Saarinen. We just watched Kristin. Deanne Carey. I believe this is 2 days in a row for her getting it. And Evelina Salonen.
Deanne Carey, a local North Carolinian. Sorry, Deanne.
Yeah.
Wow, Silva's 7 down through 8? Okay. Climbing the leaderboard.
Here's hole 5, an uphill 264-foot hole. One of my favorite holes on the course just because I feel like it'd be so fun to ace it. Everyone is looking to birdie this one. You can almost just throw it into the side of the hill and let the ground do the work for you, but we do see a lot of ladies giving it a little bit more height. There is a low ceiling though, so you can't go crazy in the height department. We do see some bailouts to the left as well. Early on this hole is almost impossible to save your par. Kristin with a little bit more of a safe shot, just throwing a forehand, not even giving it much height at all.
Holyn with a Z-Buzz SS. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Ooh, very early. Man.
Oh. So Jess was having a little trouble with her sciatica pain at the Supreme Flight Open. Looks like she's grabbing that hip again.
Henna able to get up the hill cleanly. Beautiful shot with that Champion Rock 3. Man, it's crazy because yesterday everybody laced this shot. And
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
Made
okay,
it look
well,
easy.
it can look easy, but you do often see this, unfortunately, as well.
Not a simple shot up to the
Dang.
green.
Jess's shot just a few inches too far to the left. Gets a pretty bad kick.
And look at Holyn's scramble shot that she's having to navigate a bunch of trees. Lands softly as well because this hard pan green you can skip by really easily.
She navigated that really well. Kristin still, what, 120 feet away? Something like that? Oh, no problem.
Perfect little chip shot.
Jess throwing 4. I believe that's her Sonic. She's known for throwing those little shots in sometimes. Henna, a little low on that birdie bid.
What a drive from Henna. She was leading the field in a lot of the stats from tee to green the last couple of rounds. There were 12 birdies on this hole in the FPO field, less than we've actually seen in days prior. And Jess looks like she kind of checked out a little bit on this hole.
Yeah, mistakes just stacking up as they can out here. you blink and you say, what? That was a triple?
Yeah, and this is only the second event of the year, too. We're still kind of remembering how to get back into the swing of things. Waco, it's called the Beast for a reason. Let's check in with Own on the following hole.
She parked this one yesterday.
Oh, wait, no, we're on 8. Never mind.
Yeah, we're
a few holes in.
Yeah, we don't. They know we can't do math.
Left with a long putt and
come on. Looks like she's 4 down through 8. Massive putt.
It's flying her way to the basket.
As she does. Kristin 4 strokes over Henna still.
Wow, Silva.
Yeah. Wow, indeed. Hole 6, the next hole. It's a par 3, 267 feet. Little bit of a tunnel. Actually, it's just a full tunnel. It's a full-blown tunnel. And I like a forehand, like a straight pushing forehand that fades right about here and leaves you a putt. You can see backhands work, but it's definitely a very touchy line. Yeah, I like a forehand fairway driver personally. Though some of these ladies, like Holyn, could probably throw a mid if she wanted. I believe Kristin is throwing a mid as well. Yeah, her verdict.
Early right side on this hole is really tough to recover the par. The trees kind of line up perfectly and it's a grid and there's not one good gap. Kristin almost throwing an exact copy of her line yesterday.
Yeah. Impressive. Holyn. I actually liked the throw. I think it was just a little too stable. She does get away with it. You don't often see discs make it all the way through that right side.
Yeah, a bit sawed off, but very fortunate through all those trees.
If anyone has this line dialed, it's Henna on the backhand.
I like how she's keeping it nice and low, getting that ground play.
Awesome shot. Jess looking to bounce back.
We might see Jess focusing on the forehand today because of that hip injury. Backhand's probably irritating it a little bit.
A solid shot. She gets caught up. Looks like just outside circle 2. Love those Annie bids that she does.
Me too. And they don't go very far past
Exactly.
either.
That's why I like them.
It's so tough. Holyn with a look.
Wondering if that tree is in her way.
She knew out of her hand.
Kristin inside the circle, but still contending with a lot of bushes here. Only about 20 feet or so. Great putt. And great core strength to not fall forward.
Really maintaining her balance there, flexing those stabilizer muscles. Henna continues to put herself in position. Just can't quite get the putter into the chains. Just looking to bounce back. Nice par after that triple bogey. There were only 7 birdies on hole 6 today. 12 competitors getting to circle 1. This hole, that's like about all the short holes, I say. Still hard.
Still hard.
Still hard.
Kristin with that excellent birdie, gonna extend her lead to 5 now. Looking pretty tough to catch at this moment.
Just like that.
Hey, aren't you Anthony Barella?
Yes, sir. Try out this Venom.
Thanks, man. Hey, hurry up, man. You're taking forever.
Sorry, man. No 30-second rule here. What about that 100% off player discount?
Hole 7 and par 4 in the woods. We love this hole. This initial shot, there is a mandatory that you have to miss on the right side. You will see hyzers, you'll see straight finishing shots, you'll sometimes see aggressive flex forehands. Just get something out here into the middle of the field. Your second shot requires a lot more thought with the gaps pinching as you get close to the basket. We have some new staircases that make you feel like a movie star that we absolutely love. Yeah.
Oh,
we're walking into a theater. Oh, Kristin hitting the Mando tree, thankfully making the Mando, but rolling down to the right. And par is still rescuable down there, but it is not easy.
Oh, she's leaving the door crack open to let some of these ladies get a stroke on her. Great shot from Holyn.
She's going way left, and while that is fine, it does make the gap a little bit more difficult to hit because you can't quite see it.
It's just a hyzer. It's great. Now, she is about maybe 15 feet too far to the left. That's a great shot from Henna. Center cut. And that looks really nice as well. Kristin just trying to scramble for a par. This can be tough scrambling over here. She does have a little bit of a gap.
I was in this exact same spot.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's tough. That happens more often than not from that right side. The double scramble.
Yeah, par is likely out of the equation here.
Yeah.
Bar a throw-in. But Kristin
Fantastic shot, though, from where she was.
getting all the way up almost to the top of the gully.
The movie star gully?
Yes.
Ah, so good. Could watch that all freaking day.
And landing just with a perfect speed.
And just the perfect puff of dust. Very satisfying.
Movie magic.
Come on.
Jess is really good at these little forehand anhyzer shots. Fun to watch.
I feel like you're going to some really rustic Florida theaters.
Holyn with the early release. Sometimes you get lucky, but it looks like she might have kicked backwards. We'll see what she has to work with on the putting green.
There is a terrible but doable gap over there. Fun little shot. Kristin inside the bullseye for her bogey.
There were only 15 birdies on this hole today. This usually plays as one of the easier holes.
Holyn having to work an anhyzer. That looks like a run a little bit. And a good scramble for par.
It looks so much more downhill when you're standing over that putt than it does on camera.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it makes sense why she took a knee, but it did look a little silly from this angle. Jess and Henna converting the birdies nicely. How much did you say the percentage was?
29%.
Nice.
Kind of less than expected. But that hole is like a snake bite. It can get you.
30%'s pretty good. Like, I dig it. Hole 8. This is the one we saw Own do that huge putt on. Straight backhand, usually putter, maybe mid-range, or a straight forehand is what you want to do. Landing a bit short and scooting up to the green is the best way to control your speed. You can see how your disc might fly off into the woods if you come in with too much heat on it.
I feel like Henna could almost just throw this shot standstill.
Yep.
She doesn't even need the extra, but
She probably could. Perfect shot with her Star Invader.
Jess with another early release on the backhand.
And I think early left is probably slightly worse than early right. But she might have a step out sidearm.
Holyn opting for the sidearm, coming in hot. She's trying to ace this thing.
Oh. Catches some ankles. That was that Z-Glow zone that she threw on 6 also.
Just the spectator backboard.
Might as well. Play it as it lies, you know?
Kristin not quite getting over on the disc as much as she'd like, and she's going to filter way down to the bottom of that hill. Putting can be very, very obstructed from down there sometimes, but then other times you have a nice wide open look. Look at this.
Oh, wow. Beautiful shot. All right. Henna from... Is she outside? Maybe just outside the circle.
Really pretty pace on that putt and a nice smart run. It's easy to filter way down the hill.
Yeah, you can 4-putt in a hurry here. Sit. Kristin with a good bid. I bet if she didn't hit that leaf, it was in. Holyn, I think, might be outside the circle coming back. I think those ankles helped her out.
Another scary putt, but Holyn hitting it.
She moves to 2 down.
There were 13 birdies on this hole. 25% of the field getting it.
Holyn, the only one on our lead card able to convert. And she'll take the box going into hole 9. Fob, if you will. First off the box.
I call it
You know,
top.
you know how we do
box.
top of box?
Mhm.
Do you ever do sob for second?
No.
Sob third?
No.
That's a Lisa Fakis. She told me that today on this hole, and I like it.
Lisa also says coolness, which is my favorite thing.
Okay, yeah, let's normalize all of those words.
Here's hole 9, 519 feet, but still a par 5. And you can see why. Look at all these trees, all these changes in direction, especially this last little technical approach to the elevated green. That does drop off a little bit behind it. This is a hole that you can have a game plan, but you just can't really be strictly adhered to it because your drive is going to dictate what you're doing the rest of the hole. Ideally, you get all the way down to the bowl, but you see a lot of this that we see from Holyn. And you're scrambling. You can still save a birdie from there with a good second shot.
She might have kicked a little too far for that. We'll see.
I
If you're on the
believe.
edge, you can. Ooh, wow, this is perfect.
That's so good.
I think this is the best drive that we've seen all weekend. I guess Ella had a really good one as well when she
Yeah.
got that eagle. Let's see. Jess pulls it a little too far to the right. That was a champion beast from Henna. I really like Tob. Haven't heard that one. Oh,
made that
man. 2 for 2. I still like it. Thanks. Kristin hit that tree yesterday, too.
I really don't like being Tob. I have like things to do when I get to the tee box.
Like what?
I don't need to be Tob.
Okay.
Just, you know, you never really know things.
I am curious. Great recovery shot, just from a knee. Really great angle control.
Holyn stretched way out, still in the rough.
Do you still think she can birdie?
Yes. Uh-oh.
How about now? It's rough over there.
I believe.
That would be amazing.
No, that bush is where a lot of people's drives land, and they still struggle
Yeah.
to get
Just
a par.
a couple feet, like where Kristin is, absolutely. But you get 5 more feet to the left. Ooh, I don't know.
Look at this flexing forehand. It's going to push a little deep. That's kind of the better direction to miss, I would think, especially if you have a forehand.
I agree. Holyn's third. Just trying to get maybe halfway down the bowl to make the par easy.
Ooh, she looks like she's getting aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Henna with another patent pending.
I feel like we should just name this shot after her already.
Legitimately. And catching those last couple of trees on the corner before she gets to the green, she'll be in circle 2 with a pretty obstructed putt, but a very easy birdie.
That's, wow, great angle, but so much pace. Holyn looking to save par here. So smooth.
So smooth.
Ah.
Rude.
Okay, it's fine. Still, that was a perfect shot.
Kristin in the bad spot. It is fine on the deep side, but once you get a little bit farther forward, close to the gap, there's one tree in the way.
That tree.
Yep, she finds it. Trying to just chip up to the green here, and that's a nice recovery for par. There was one eagle today.
Is it Henna? That would be amazing. Look at this putt.
I know this.
Can't even call this a putt.
Oh.
No way. Okay. Wow. That was a great bid, though.
So good.
That's a great putt from Jess.
Great putt. A great par save scrambled by Holyn Handley.
Kristin leaving that door cracked open. Not quite running away with it. Henna, another nice birdie to bring it back to 2 strokes.
Let's watch Cat Merch play this hole. Just ahead.
Oh, that's a beautiful
Wow.
shot.
All the way down to the bowl.
Perfect.
Oh, and she's even on the deep side. She'll be set up for a little forehand to the green. This is the best drive we've ever seen on this hole.
Yeah.
So good. So smooth.
No problem. In for eagle. Double fist bump.
Serious face.
Okay, back. We're back.
That wraps up the front 9 of Championship Sunday. Kristin only with a 2-stroke lead right now over Henna Blomroos after getting that birdie on hole 9. We're going back out into the open where in days prior it would have been a little bit more of, up in the air of who could run away with it. But with the calm conditions, it's going to just be who's throwing the best.
Yeah, no longer up to the wind,
Yep.
It's all in these ladies' control.
Yep, a lot of people shooting under par right now. Everyone taking advantage of these open holes with the windless conditions. But that's going to wrap up our front. We got 9 more holes of Championship Sunday. Please come hang with us. Madison Walker.
Erika Stinchcomb.
We're your 2 hot geese.
Honk. Like and subscribe. Jomez, 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
Watch your body and I feel that sunshine.